So I seen this meme today, and the meme is a nigga on Facebook. His name is Jesse Jones. He posted this 2 days ago, and it said, "Homeboy talking about let's go to the strip club. Shit, I don't do strip clubs. 30 minutes in, motherfucker. 30 minutes in, and motherfucking, I'm whispering into some dancer's ear how much it's gonna cost me for some of that pussy."
Shit. Oh man.
Pete, you are in the motherfucking. To me, Oregon is considered the strip club capital of the world.
But I'm in
But
Florida.
I would like to differ and give that crown officially to Florida.
I'm in Florida.
So I'm asking you, have you been to some strip clubs since you've been to Florida?
No, I haven't been since I've been out here. I almost rolled into one, but I chose not to at the last minute.
So one of the earliest times I remember going to Miami when I first signed to Birdman and them, I'm hanging with E-Class, right? E-Class from they used to run the label Rick Ross. He had signed Rick Ross and Trina.
Okay.
Well, not Trina, that's Ted Lucas, but he had signed Rick Ross. E-Class is like one of the coolest motherfucking street niggas in the world, old Miami nigga, player.
Okay.
So he say, "Hey G, we'll go to the strip club, take you to a strip club. We at Hit Factory."
Mm-hmm.
So we pull up to a motherfucking building cut that looked like the Staples Center. That's how big the motherfucker was. Now I'm exaggerating a little bit. I won't lie.
No, not really.
But it looked like the Staples Center because I ain't never seen no strip club this motherfucking big. The motherfucker got tiers. It's floors.
Wow.
So you can imagine how motherfucking long the poles was. And you walk up in this motherfucker, dog, and this motherfucking girls everywhere. And it ain't like home. You feel me? Where they got titties and shit covered up. Yeah. It's asshole naked. Some of the thickest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
Wow.
So I walk into this motherfucker, dog. It's stripper jerseys in the rafters.
Oh my God.
That's how it look. I swear. It's like the Staples Center of strippers. Feel me?
This bitch got championships.
Man, championship. Bitch got championships. It's amazing. So we walk in that motherfucker, right? All the hoes is on E-Class.
God.
They own him. They know him. You feel me? He the man.
Yeah,
it's his town.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? He like, look, y'all take care of my nigga. This my little nigga Glasses. He from LA, from the West Coast. Y'all show him some motherfucking Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers take me upstairs in an elevator.
Yeah.
It's an elevator at this motherfucker.
At the strip club.
Man, like a real elevator, a fancy one, playing elevator music too.
Was it like Kenny G or was it more like Warren G in the elevator?
So, man, so we go to the elevator, they take me in this room, and these motherfuckers is trying to knock me down.
In the elevator.
No, they cool in the elevator. They just twerking, doing their stuff, smiling, laughing, engaging, you know.
Okay.
And they take me into like one of the private rooms that's like a hotel suite.
Okay.
Or like a den in the motherfucker. It might have had a bedroom and a den in the motherfucker.
God damn.
That's how crazy these strip clubs is. So we go in that motherfucker and they own me, right? They dancing for me, but I could tell like, oh, they might give me some pussy. This shit's serious. So they on the verge of trying to give me some pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, as a LA nigga, the concept of paying for pussy,
right?
You know, with all due respect to the rest of the countries and the brothers around the rest of the country, Sugar Free raised us. Yes. And Snoop Dogg raised us differently.
Very different.
You know what I'm saying? We don't pay for pussy. And so she was like, yeah, well, don't worry. E-Class, whatever happened, E-Class got it. I said, the thought of somebody paying for pussy, even if I didn't pay for it, like, you know what I'm saying? Mook, you couldn't pay me for no pussy.
Yeah, it won't happen.
You couldn't pay me for no motherfucking pussy. You gotta look at your camera more. You couldn't pay me for no pussy, right?
Yeah, no way. No way.
I had to deny those lovely women's services at Tootsie's. Now, I'm not saying that they was, you know, it was that they was fucking with me. You feel me? I was in that motherfucker with some Dickie shorts cut off, some Chucks, just looking cripplicious. Looking like every bit of the crip that I was. I look like I could have been Raymond's son or something. You feel me? Like I was there when they first started it. And I remember, so they just danced for me. They chilled. I mean, they was cool. They was pouring drinks and lollygagging. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. I mean, it was a dope experience. And I finally understood what people and what guys like about the strip club being there. No ceilings, GL, my nigga Peter and this motherfucker Pete. We Pete in the strip club capital of the world. We got Uncle Mook back once again.
What he do?
Feel me? Unc was heading. And that just tripped me out. What's your take on strip club? You in the strip clubs, Pete?
Shit. Yeah, I started really going to strip clubs heavy when I was in Arizona. I had a whole stripper network out there. But I still like I'm only until recently, like I've still never paid for pussy in my life. I'm open to it now. And like you said, it's not I'm paying them to leave. I'm buying back the time it takes to otherwise get it for free. So that's my philosophy
fair.
now.
That's fair.
Wait, repeat that one time. You're
I'm
buying
back my time that it would otherwise take to get it for free. It's not that I don't. If some people are like, "Oh, well, you spend $400 taking them out," you can have the $400. I don't care about the $400. It's the 6 hours. I would rather pay you for my 6 hours because my 6 hours is worth more than yours.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I give it my 6 hours for free, then your 6 hours are worth more than mine. And I can't rationalize that no more as an adult. But the strip clubs, I love it. It's like I would go in there and never spend 2 nickels. I didn't tip anybody. I didn't do shit. I would go in and buy my drinks and shoot my shots. And if I didn't have my game that night, I went home dry, and I had to learn to bring it up a notch. You go
so
in
wait,
there.
You mean to tell me that this West Coast way we have at strip clubs and the thought of tricking prostitutes or strippers, not calling them the same, is not just amongst the black community? You mean that hip white folks feel the same way about paying for vagina?
I'm the only one.
That's tough. Sugar Free got y'all life too, man. It's Sugar Free. I blame Sugar Free. Sugar Free has totally fucked it up for every last stripper and prostitute that ever comes across me.
The 57 dumps right down into Orange County. So yeah, it slides right out Pomona all the way into.
So the freeway, the gang was on the freeway to 57. It came right to Orange County.
And I ran track, so you know I was all up in Walnut at Mount Sac.
On me.
Oh, you went to Mount Sac? Yeah. Also, yeah, you was getting the game first. You was way too close to not be affected.
Long Beach and Mount Sac was everywhere I was.
Uncle Mook, what's up, man? Is it the unthought of going to a strip club? What about tipping? Is that your thing?
Man, it always been a no-go, and I'm gonna be honest, until today, right now. Like till Pete just rationalized it the way he just rationalized. See, I'm a nigga that if you bring certain facts, you probably could change my religion. I never looked at it the way he just spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real. I grew up on Sugar Free and Too Short, man. So I didn't even go to strip clubs. I used to be like, man, that shit is stupid. When I can do everything y'all trying to do, I can do that for free. This is how I felt. I can do that and I can complete the deal. But I mean, obviously now I still can't do it, you know, based on my circumstances. but I never even looked at it this way until this man just said it. But yeah, no, I wasn't a tipper. I wasn't even a goer. I didn't even go. You know what I mean? It just wasn't in me. You know what I mean? And literally, the guys you just named, from Sugar Free to Too Short, that's what always stuck out in my head. It just ain't happening. It just ain't happening.
We did a podcast with Short, right? And me and Pete was there. And I just wanted to tell him, like, man, all this player shit damn near ruined my life to a degree. While it made me the coldest nigga breathing air. Like, you know, you get so far away from a real thing because you just always think somebody trying to play you.
Yeah.
You always think a woman trying to play you. Mm-hmm. And I remember me and Pete was talking to Too Short about being a player. And he was like, gee, they always is trying to play you. He said, you just got to find the one that you okay with playing. She going to play you. You cool with that. And I thought that was game. You feel me? I thought that was special.
That's crazy. Probably the closest thing to love I've ever heard put into words.
Man, it's crazy. Like, I look at Sugar Free, right? Sugar Free is like my super G. Like, he's probably the most down-to-earth brother, like, in the business as far as a veteran and somebody we look up to. And he's on Instagram posting about a girl that he really likes.
Right.
And I almost be looking like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, you like these, you love these hoes, you feel me? This the fuck is going on? I'm like, I'm holding out, you feel me? But I get it, you feel me? I get it. It's tough for me, man. I never really liked strip clubs because I don't like to dream about getting paid or pussy. Like, I heard Kanye say something about Kim Kardashian. He was like, yo, like, and he was like, she was my dream girl. And I was like, how could a bitch that Ray J was knocking down on tape be your dream girl?
Mm.
I couldn't dream about another nigga's knockdown.
No.
Not especially if I seen a nigga knocking you down.
Right.
It's like Ray J. Like, Ray J is my loc, you feel me? But I'm like 2 times the nigga Ray J is with this gang shit. So I know if Ray J can get the pussy for sure, I got play. So I don't know. I just think it's so hard. Like, I look at strippers like drug dealers. They like female drug dealers. They selling some kind of escape. You know what I'm saying?
I always looked at them like blackjack dealers. Like, yeah, the deck is stacked in your favor for sure, but I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna count my cards and I'm gonna take this table for free, goddammit. And if I don't, then I'm out.
Motherfucker said blackjack dealers. Man, this dude.
What the fuck?
I don't know where
it's
he
mono
comes up
in
with
there.
shit.
It's like my motto. I've always said this is the quote I've always used for years. They trying to sell fake pussy for money, and I'm trying to push real dick for free. And that's what it is when I go to the strip club.
Fake pussy for money, and I'm trying to push real dick for free.
Oh,
Did
man.
I quote that correctly?
That is a fact.
That is a fact. Hey, bro.
What the fuck?
You got the right guy.
So at this point, then with both of y'all, you don't have how much respect do you have for a stripper? Would you marry a stripper? Pete?
Oof. My situation is a little probably maybe it would depend. You know, me in a vacuum. I've met some dancers that actually are pretty fucking solid. Most of them not. Most of them is out there earning that living like that for a reason. But I mean, if she didn't give a fuck about ever like having to meet anybody, great. But I'm not. I'm gonna go bring a stripper around my family. That's gonna go well.
Mook, no chance.
It's not a chance for me. Not even like a little bit. And you know, all due respect to whatever the fuck they got to do to get bread, but it's a no-go for me, man. It's multiple reasons. Shit, I ain't that confident in life, man. I'm confident. I ain't that fucking confident.
Sure, you're insecure. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't
And then
going.
they come to the house like, yeah, I see your girl. She was killing it last night.
Yeah.
She see your girl. She was killing it last
God
night.
damn.
You gotta wipe them right out of the
man.
industry. There's no way you can have them and still have them do that.
Right.
No. That would
Could
be
I marry?
real
I
tough.
could marry a stripper. I could marry a stripper. Now I don't know if she could strip while I'm married to her.
That's a tough ask.
That's a tough act, man. That's tough. And I feel bad because women always get at me. They be like, gee, man, like they want me to have respect for them. Like, right? They want me to respect it, and I just don't. I totally lack admiration for it. Now, that don't mean because I don't have respect for it, I have to disrespect it. I kind of walk in that place of like, you know, every like as a D-boy, like you do what you got to do to get your paper, just like a stripper. But it's tough for me to admire a stripper. I guess I would have to figure out things that was admirable about it. Like I've been to one strip club in my life, cuz that I thought like I was like, oh, these motherfuckers got to have some talent to be up in this motherfucker. And it was a place in Phoenix called Pink Rhinos. Pink Rhino was like a super fire ass strip club. Shout out to all my niggas from Phoenix, Casa Grande, my boy Beast. I'm glad you good. All my people from around that area in Arizona. That motherfucker Paul was so high up in the sky, cuz, and that lady come sliding down that motherfucker at about 60 miles per hour and stopped just in time to not hit her head. I might have threw about $1,000 at once.
I think that used to be Penthouse in Jaguars.
Huh?
I think that place used to be Penthouse in Jaguars. It's right by the 10 and the 17.
Think so.
That's the first strip club I started going to out there.
She came down that motherfucker about 70 miles per hour, Mook, so fast, and she barely missed her head at the bottom of that stage by about 5 inches. I just threw the whole 1,000. Here, you did whatever you is. This is what this should be. This is talent. Look, Pete. So at this same place, right? I've been.
You hear the thighs screech on the pole.
Man, I mean, sound like
brake pads.
Sound like bare brakes, like Brembros, nigga. I know that shit had to burn. And so the last time I was there, right? I'm fucking with some of the homies in Casa Grande. My boy Beast, Big Blood, couple niggas I'm cool with. We out there chilling, and we go to the club, fucking with the DJ, and Tyrese is in the motherfucker. Tyrese is working on the album, so he got this mansion out there. I think he owns a mansion out there, so he working on the album. So he took his whole squad to the strip club. So we in there chilling. DJ shout me out. My nigga Glasses Malone up in this motherfucker. I hear him say Tyrese up in here, but I'm like, okay, I'll get with Reese after I'm done. I mean, I'll check on my nigga later. Reese, here I'm there, so he sent some niggas to come get me. So they like, hey, Glass Tyrese, like, check it out. So I'm like, all right, let me go see what cuz on. So I go to his session. Got all the bottles, all the girls in there. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese is like the craziest nigga in the world, man. Like, they should have never gave that nigga no money. I mean, he like one of them type niggas where they should have never gave that nigga no money because he a fool. So we in there, we throwing money, we chopping it up. He like, hey, come back to the house with me. Maybe we working on the album. It's broad, it's cool. Come fuck with it. So I'm like, all right. So he like, let's roll. So he ready to go. So we walk out, tossing some money. We walking through the parking lot, out the motherfucking parking lot. It's some niggas walking behind us. There's some niggas coming in. He like, yeah, some watch niggas up here. Y'all know how we do it, nigga. Watch up with it. Blah, 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 nigga. Make it rain on you bitch ass niggas. He throwing money up on the niggas in the parking lot.
Oh.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, cuz this is an armed state. Like, niggas for sure got their piece and they carrying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
oh yeah,
why is this nigga throwing money up on these people? He like, yeah,
and that's right by the dub. That's like all my folks over there.
I bring out the most, and I don't know, maybe Snoop is the same way, but every time Tyrese around me, every bit of Crip come out. Niggas didn't know Tyrese is a Crip, but all the Crip come out, cuz every time, no matter where we at, bro. We could be in church, the Crip come out. Yeah, cuz, what's up? And I'm like, damn, bro, like, I be expecting like Tyrese not to be Tyrese from Watts sometimes, and every time he could just finish doing a Transformer movie. Nigga, we was a Marine. He still, what's up, cuz? What we on? I'm like, damn, this nigga Tyrese crazy. The R&B niggas is the craziest. The R&B niggas, bro. Tank is a fool. CB is a fool. I'm watching CB one day because
I love hearing it.
We in Hawaii because the homie Wack fuck with Chris Brown. So he like, hey, G, pull up on us. This nigga tagging up on some wall. And this is right around the time he got put on. He actually had a stripper with him too, because it's some strip clubs out there. He had a stripper there. He was tagging up on the wall, and he was like, yeah, on Fruit Thighs. And he kept talking to me, talking on Pyro. And I'm looking at this nigga like, cuz, like, this nigga really got this nigga banging Pyro. But back to the point, yeah. So that was the last time it was at the Pink Rhino fucking with Tyrese. Yeah. And then I heard they closed it down. But that strip club, like, it took talent to work there. You had to really be talented because they was doing some shit. You know, I grew up, it's the motherfucker Barbary Coast. That shit ain't it.
Right.
Barbary Coast is some bullshit.
He has bellies and bullet wounds and stretch marks.
Yeah, man. Stretch marks and
they don't
stab
sell
wounds.
No liquor. I remember I went to King Henry and shit. I'm looking like, why am I up in this motherfucker? I got better bitches than this right in the city.
Yeah.
Like 13, 14, 15 years ago with Stars on a Friday, it wasn't bad.
I heard Stars was popping on Amateur Night.
Amateur Night was lit as fuck too.
So it used to just be random motherfuckers just going crazy at Stars? Just
yeah, because bitches never can keep their cell phones paid.
This nigga's retarded, man.
So wait a minute, you could throw money at the amateurs?
Yeah, technically they weren't amateurs.
Technically, they were.
They were amateurs before the song started. Afterwards, they were professionals.
Hey, this dude.
Thing that killed me, like, I can remember going to Atlanta with Toomp and them, and we went out to a strip club once, and it was like a family event. Cause like people was in there with their grandmother. There might have been kids in that motherfucker. It was like a family function. Niggas go in Atlanta to the strip club to eat.
Wow.
They literally go to eat food. Like they be like, oh, we go to spot to eat some food. That's what they do. Like it's a culture in the South. And Texas is like that. You know what I mean? Georgia is like that. Florida is like that. For sure.
Great part
Those
of the
three
country.
places.
Great part of the country.
Yeah, man. And it's weird because I've been to Oregon strip clubs and I was not impressed for it to be the strip club capital of the world.
Oregon's like the white strip club capital of the world per capita, maybe.
Oh, like all Jesse's. What's that movie Jesse was in? From what's that fucking TV show? What's the lady with Zach Morris and all that?
Oh God, yeah,
Saved by the
Showgirls,
Bell?
whatever it was
Saved by the
called.
Bell. So it's like them. What's the movie Jesse was in?
Was it
She was a
Showgirls?
stripper, huh?
That wasn't Showgirls, was it?
Showgirls,
Nah.
yeah.
Where was it?
Showgirls, and she was a stripper and shit. That's all Jesse's up in that club, huh?
See,
Yeah.
since I never been to no strip club like what y'all talking about in the South, that's probably why I never got into. I mean, goddamn, if I seen a motherfucker come down the pole 60 miles an hour and damn near miss her head, thick as a motherfucker, I probably wouldn't have mind going.
No,
some high profile stripper at KOD's in Miami didn't make it. So she lived, but she cracked her head.
Yeah. They tried to do a King of Diamonds out here. I remember them niggas tried to do a King of Diamonds. I went to that shit. I was so mad. Like, don't y'all disrespect the King of Diamonds, cuz. Y'all name this shit King of Diamond. Ain't no diamond up in this motherfucker. Ain't no.
It was like they rented out a Starbucks at night.
Jacks and
Motherfucker
Jokers.
couldn't even have clothes on. Motherfucker had clothes on. I'm like, nigga, when I went to King of Diamonds, it was a lady at the front door laying on the ground like a floor mat naked. You just walk across her to get in the spot.
Laying on the floor.
I'm called like niggas come back to California. Niggas go to the South, man, and come back to LA and really think you finna do the same thing there. Man, them motherfucking women is different out that motherfucker.
Man.
These women here way too pretty to compete with them strippers down south. It's just a different breed of motherfucking woman down there. I mean, they ain't fucking around. The women here, they way too pretty and you know what I mean? They way too, you know what I mean? Like
it's a special entitlement and self-righteousness that exists among women in Los Angeles.
So it's pretty crazy. What's the first strip club you're gonna go to while you there? Since you there,
I'll go to. Yeah.
Where you gonna make a grand return to?
Here's my thing. I'll be all the way honest with you. I'm an out of towner, and you know what kind of strip clubs I'm gonna probably go to. So I have certain situations I have to deal with. Like the office on 183rd has 5 armed security guards in the parking lot. If I can get a parking spot in the parking lot, that's not bad because one of two things is going to happen. If I have a bad night and I don't have no game in there, then ain't nobody going to have a problem with me. But I had a bad night. If I have a good night, people will have a problem with me. And if I got
sisters out the club.
Yeah, and if I got to walk out to the car, like you can't get a gun in. But like G5, it's like on a back alley side street. It could be a long walk from the door to the door.
Yeah, I've been there.
You know, I don't want to get caught slipping on that, and I don't want to have to park on the side street of the office and get caught slipping either if I have a good night. So that's kind of what I have to consider type shit. Because I've had people try to press me up in stars a few times, inside and outside.
You finna leave with some of this work, Pete, white boy.
They don't want to. $200 out of my pocket. You ain't gonna spend a cent. That's correct.
Did they ever say
that's correct?
Did they say take your ass to Spearmint Rhino?
Nah.
You ever been to Spearmint Rhino?
I rolled in there once or twice.
I went to Spearmint Rhino, right? I went to homie hot dog and them. We go to Spearmint Rhino. I guess we was waiting on the street race, and it was kind of the strip club was over, so it was gonna take an hour. We slid in that motherfucker, dog. 10 minutes, we was gone. That shit was fucked up. Dog.
Where is that at?
Spearmint Rhino, the one we used to go to, was on it's kind of like Compton, but it's really LA. It's by Athens. It's off of El Segundo.
I've been there, dude. I did.
Is it Fig?
I don't remember. I don't remember, but I did the same thing. I did like a 5-minute.
Yeah.
And I was out of there.
It's a whole different world.
I was thinking about the same place.
Yeah. Like white strip clubs, it's like bachelor parties and perverts. That's kind of
Explain further.
You got people who are in there not as a once in a lifetime novelty, and they're just like trench coat perverts. You know what I mean? They try to pay some money and probably jerk off or some shit, whatever. They're like, they're not tricking, like they're really soliciting. and then you got like, you know, a couple groups of 7 or 8 guys that'll be in a strip club 2 times, 3 times in their life because they got invited to 2 or 3 bachelor parties in their life, and that's what they're doing.
What was the best strip club in Orange County?
I wouldn't know.
You just wasn't gonna go.
I wouldn't know.
None of your partners that you knew from Orange County.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. We could kind of get in, like in high school. This one place kind of didn't really check that much. We gave them some extra money. There was a place called I was in Santa Ana, not California Girls, because I knew there were some dancers that came from LA down there and try to get those Mexicans money from them. It was like it was a no alcohol one. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, I went in there. It was an experience. It was all right. It was at the time I was like, this is pretty fucking
This
cool.
is the greatest thing ever, especially in high school.
Yeah.
What's crazy is Santa Ana, cause it's really the ghetto of Orange County.
Yeah.
Get your ass killed playing in fucking Santa Ana. I got a partner from Santa Ana, Watergate. Them niggas crazy as a motherfucker.
Some of my closest calls have been in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana get your stupid ass killed. Like niggas think Orange County sweet. You slip around through certain parts of Anaheim and Buena Park, but Santa Ana for sure.
Santa Ana for real got hoods like that.
Yeah, you get your stupid ass shit to Santa Ana for real. And niggas don't know they be playing this shit. Ain't no Disneyland and Mickey Mouse around that. So motherfucking shit knocked off with the niggas over there. That's what's funny, man. Like, it was a time when everybody, Sam's is a popular strip club. I've been there. Sam's was okay. They did a decent job. It's a couple other places in the LA I've been to. I've been to a lot of different places. Somehow you end up at a strip club, but nothing fucks with Florida, Georgia, and Texas. Texas is like every bitch in there thick. I went to a spot in Dallas and it was a stripper stripping. Or was it Houston? In Houston. It was a stripper. It was a midget stripping.
Oh, wow.
And they was just going crazy for it. She was thick though.
A little thick.
Well, I mean, midgets are kind of.
They got little bitty bitches.
They're like accordions.
Yeah, they be thick.
I should have said that.
That's like probably if I had a fantasy or a fetish for something, I hit a midget.
Dude, there used to be some midget hoes around.
Hey, midgets is thick as a motherfucker.
Midgets always be thick.
Yeah, it's part of their composition.
Their makeup.
So a midget stripper was like next level.
There used to be a midget hooker on Long Beach right off the 710. I used to see her sometimes in the morning on my way to work at Waste Management. Yeah. There was one on East 14th International on the track in East Oakland who was always over there, standing there with her short high heels and her mini skirt.
Her mini skirt. I wonder was her pimp a midget?
That's a good question.
So she couldn't have a regular size pimp. She had to have a smaller one.
I'm just saying, you never know. Like little people doing everything these days.
Oh my God, man!
I just thought about that, like a midget stripper. Midget stripper would be it. She'll get so much money, she'll clean up right now. Midgets be cute though. I ain't gonna.
What's her pimp name gonna be? Willow. What the?
I ain't gonna cancel this shit. It's disrespectful.
Man.
Oh man.
Unbelievable.
So, what about on the west side, West LA? Strip clubs over there?
I didn't fuck with them. I never
even went.
No, yeah. I literally, and to my knowledge, not none off the top of my head. It had to be some underground shit. I never fucked with them. Literally, man. It was rough for me, man. The first one I went to was the Barbary Coast. I still remember the song. I'm gonna tell you, I remember the song that even made me think. While we was there for my boy's birthday, the song that even made me like turn around and start getting into the shit was the East Siders. It was Give It to Him. And they played that give it up, nigga. You know what's happening. And I was like, oh, nigga, they playing that?
Cracking.
Yeah, it was a little light skin.
That's the type of music they play at the King Henry.
Yeah, they had that at the Barbary.
King Henry, them hoes come out crip walking on stage.
Yeah, she came out to that, and my attention turned. Because I was at the pool table at first. I remember what I was doing. I was at the pool table like, y'all can have at it. I'm not spending $1.
I mean, I tried to get more into it when the Players Club came out with Cube.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, maybe I try it again. And just the concept of leaving without my money was a lot for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't pay. Like, it's just tough.
I'd rather shoot dice in Vegas.
Yeah. So I'm starting to believe that I just didn't respect the talent of the girls. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, when I was at the Pink Rhino in Phoenix, I really did throw $1,000. I was impressed. Like, that was special. That lady, whoever that lady was, she was special up there. That was amazing to see happen. For the most part, though, when I go to strip clubs, though, the girls just dancing around the pole, and it's like, this is like going to Greystones. They get half naked at Greystones and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So why should I tip you for it? Like, it seemed like you would have talent. It's like going to a little league game for kids at the basketball and paying money like you going to the Staples. That just ain't happening.
Right.
Can't see it.
Little league. Oh man. It ain't happening for me. I don't even think if a bitch fly down the pole, I still just can't give her $1. I'm just gonna be like, God damn, that was crazy. No, it's just rough for me, man, when it come to that, man. Like, for real. I grew up on sugar free. I grew up, my partners was pimps and players. I took that shit serious. Like, certain shit I took serious, man. I was like, oh, okay, this how we supposed to not do. Never do this. Don't do that. And like you said, man, I started realizing, wait a minute, man, you fucking my life up. My whole life is being fucked up off this thought process, man. Like for real. Like, I'm not even able to raise my kids correctly thinking about this bullshit. You know what I mean? Because now I'm gonna be able. I'm sitting here looking at my daughter, but one day you might be like this if you don't listen to me. If you don't take everything I tell you,
you're gonna be like one of them girls.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucked. Yeah, you're gonna be fucked up anyway. No, man. Goddamn, man.
Think about it, right?
That's why I like Sugar came back out, man. This game ain't for you, man. I know that nigga song. That nigga say, man, this game ain't for you. He need to make more of them right now. God damn it!
You ever been a victim of a stripper doing some foul shit? Like Cardi B. Like, Cardi B kind of is like a huge.
Mm-hmm.
She's like the first. Like if Jay-Z is the first drug dealer rapper, you know what I mean? Like, he's not the first rapper I'd imagine that sold drugs, but he's the first rapper that kind of made his career on explaining a lifestyle. I think Cardi B represents that. Well, maybe she doesn't, but I think she does. She represents that when it comes to stripping. You know what I mean? Where she's like the stripper rapper.
Yeah.
That's her thing. So I would love to hear more women get more in detail on that shit. Because they be hustling and shit. Like,
they do. I lived with a couple of girls who danced.
And shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I don't know any girls who did. I know of some who did. I didn't know any personally who did. Like, most of it's just kind of like, it's just lying. Like, that's why I say when they try to sell fake pussy, they try to sell you the promise that they're going to do all this shit and then get you to where you think it's about to happen and give them the money, and then they don't do it. You know? That's kind of like most of what it is.
But ain't that the whole point, though? The whole point of it is to kind of sell a fantasy, like a dream, like a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm. But if you're a drug dealer, you're actually giving them the drugs.
Yeah, but they chasing the first high. They'll never get that again.
They won't, but you are still getting them the drugs.
Some of these niggas is coming in the club. I mean, they might not be getting no pussy, but
that's true. That can be a them problem a little bit. But hey.
I had an idea to open up a massage parlor called Handy's. Right? And
I would call it the Palms District.
I would call it Handy's, right? Because these people massage you, right? And like, if you pay for a happy ending, they would, like, you know, give you a hand job. Like, it's a happy ending. That's the max of it. A hand job. That's it. Is that illegal?
Yes.
A hand job is illegal?
Yes. Like, I've had like back issues on and off for a long time. I was in because I'll go to like an Asian massage parlor because it's cheap, but it's okay, it's serviceable. And some of them do that shit for real, and that's like their business model. And I'm not really there for that. I was in one of them, ass naked on the table, and they got raided by the police because they was, because that's solicitation, shit like that.
Hand
So I'm
jobs?
yeah, it's a sex act. It's a sex crime.
Is it?
Yeah, bro. The police were in. I'm high. My face is in the hole of the table, and I got a washcloth over my ass, and the police are running around the building. I swear to God, it's illegal.
It's funny you saying that. I just asked one of my partners at the job about that type of shit. We was talking about it because he was talking about he'd be going to them, and I was like, "So you just walking around?" Like I said, "Where did you find this place? How do you know that they give you the hand release? Like, how does that happen? What conversation is that when you getting your massage? Is it just what do they say? We need a hand. Do you need a hand release?
Ending. I heard it was a happy ending for you.
Sometimes they just ask
say that. You say I need a happy ending. That's how it goes.
I've never
really
gone
had a good
in there
answer
looking for one.
Hmm?
I've gone in there and had them offered to me.
Oh, okay. So how was it offered?
That depends. It depends on how good their English is.
Okay.
But sometimes they just try to like rub on you
for?
and try to like, feel you out, so to speak. Sometimes they just kind of like do that, and I'd be like, not today. And then sometimes they try to like rub on your neck for 2 seconds. Okay, turn over. If they try to get you to turn over inside of 5-10 minutes, that's what they want. And they'd be like, "Oh, you want $40, $40, you want?" And I'm like, "Man, my neck, nah."
I'm actually hurt.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I didn't come here for that.
Oh, okay.
Like my neck hurts more than that hand job's gonna feel good. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering.
Hand jobs was illegal. I always said that's the most. A sandwich and a hand job is the most underused tool in a woman's arsenal.
Yeah.
Like they don't make enough sandwiches and give enough hand jobs.
That's true, because they're trying to control the market to drive up the price. They're trying to restrict supply.
Yeah, but crazy. What the fuck, man?
Little supply side economics for that ass.
Would you open up a strip club?
Shit, yeah, I'd open up a strip club. I would call it Poland.
That's crazy. We got to get a stripper. I'm gonna have to get a stripper to come on and talk to us about that, like a strip club veteran.
Yeah.
Homegirl Kim out the Nickerson Garden, she like a strip club veteran. She probably got a pension out this shit. We need to get her to come on and talk to her about this shit. And really get some insights. That might be the next thing we do, man, because I feel like I'm too ignorant on the actual culture itself.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a porn star. We talked to a porn star, but we never even talked to a stripper. And a stripper is such a polarizing figure in today's society. Like they try to make it normal, but it's weird. And a lot of the girls, like a lot of the regular girls, I tell them all the time, like certain long ponytails and certain things, like that's strip club, that's stripper shit. Like y'all jacking somebody else's culture.
When my roommate in college, like my last roommate when I was in Arizona, she was stripping. And I always had I had a lot of dancers around all the time. And like they always would have it was the fake eyelashes and all the makeup and all the wigs, all that crap, because they would change their name and they would kind of like turn off their mental and go to work and just they didn't want to even accept that they were being themselves. And they would come out and they would take their shit off and they were back to, Chantel was back to Chantel. And then she'd go be whoever the fuck in there for 6 hours. And that's the main reason why I don't like fucking fake eyelashes, is because they used to just be part of the disguise work when the girls would change their name and go to work for 6 hours. Now you want to do that at the grocery store in broad daylight? What the fuck do you think this is? House of class. You're not still working?
All right, Mook, give me your number one stripper story.
The number one I got? Okay. Well,
give me a stripper story.
All right, here we go, man. My boy, was actually involved in. He was doing that stripper shit at the right track type shit. So long story short was he tried to bring me with him to go to some house party to go do some shit. But this, it was females and it was males. So the females was going and doing their thing. And I guess they just assumed that if you come to this type of shit, that all y'all interested in this shit. So I'm the nigga, like I told you, I'm standing there, I'm standoffish. I don't even want to be there. I was supposed to be there to actually probably help that nigga sweep his money up. He wanted me like, hey, my nigga, make sure don't nobody do that. I'm like, all right, nigga. So long story short, man, the brawl before my boy was finna do whatever he was gonna do. I'm sitting in there. The females is doing their thing, and she hopping up on the chair. I guess I look like bait. And she hopped up on my chair on my knees and was right up in my face and shit. And I'm like, hey, man. And I shoved her up off me, man. And I never forget when I shoved her up off me, everybody that was there was kind of like, what is wrong with this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this nigga doing that? And so I shoved her up off me, and then she came back again. So I stood up, and then I stood up and backed up and put my back against the wall like I was ready to get down on some dumb shit. And my boy was like, oh, my nigga, like, you got to chill out, man.
It's like this kind of party.
Yeah, this ain't even got nothing to do with whatever the fuck you on. So I was just out of place, man. That's the stripper story I got for you, man. I was out of place. I felt uncomfortable. I was like, man, what the fuck is going on around here? And it was normal for everybody in there. Everybody in there was looking at me like I was the oddball and what the fuck is wrong with you? All she doing was dancing. And I was just like, man.
All she doing is trying to steal your money. Why are you not with it? Why are you not with that shit?
Yeah, we're not doing it, man. Like I said, it just ain't happening for me, man. And I ain't trying to, I'm telling you, man.
All the rest of us are getting robbed.
About it, man. I couldn't do it, man. I still can't do it. I still won't get no money up for that shit, man.
All right, come on, Pete. Give me your stripper story, dog.
It's gonna be tough. I don't know what the best one is.
Be the funniest one.
The funniest one was probably that same place in Arizona, right? The big, tall shit.
Okay.
I was there all the time, and like different girls with different schedules, and they would hit me up and be like, "Hey, we ordered pizza and some drinks. Come through and hang out in the back room with us and chop it up and eat and whatever. We'll go home after work." All right, cool. But I had done that enough times, enough different dancers. There had been some locker room drama, apparently. Now I didn't know the DJ there.
Yeah.
I'd never spoken to that man. I walked in, and on the overhead where he says, "And coming up next, Ebony and Sapphire," he goes, "Uh-oh, Peter just walked in the building, about to be some drama in the locker room." Oh, God. And I looked at that guy. I went straight to that fucking DJ. But I was like, "You motherfucker, the fuck wrong with you?"
Fucking in my game.
About to be some drama in the locker room. Oh, shit.
My childhood, this girl I had a crush on when I was younger, she ended up being a stripper. It took me a while, but I finally got it. But it was tough because I hated that she became a stripper. So I'm going to tell you a story. So one of my partners I race with, his name is Primetime, Brian. Brian used to work at the right track. They used to make fun of him all the time, right? They used to be like, "Yeah, man, this nigga Brian bought all his parts for ones." Because Brian was a stripper for girls and shit. So he said, "Hey, man, see this, I get on in the rap game. I'm starting to blow up, certified, going crazy." He said, and I've been knowing this nigga probably since 99, 2000. So he said, "Hey, G, man, I want you to come do my birthday party at the right track." I don't know, man, about doing no motherfucking male strip club, you know what I'm saying, with girls and shit. He like, "Man, it's cool." So, all right, I got you. So I go to the club, me, my older brother, a couple of us, we go in that motherfucker. There's some cute girls, some big girls. You know what I mean? It's some girls. It's girl, ain't no guys, so I was grateful. So the DJ finally threw on my song, right? So I'm rapping, and it was a lady there. She was a stud. And that motherfucking lady threw about $800 at me, on top of me. I had never felt so disrespected and insulted in my life. She threw it up and shit. And I remember niggas like, "Hey, you gonna get that money?" I was with Mo, my boy Mexican Mo, my little bro Mo. my nigga, part of my clique, my nigga. He was like, man, you gonna get some of that money? I said, man, I want to kill this bitch. I'm gonna leave here right now. I'm not finna take near a dollar for this lady. I remember going to sleep that day feeling so demoted and belittled.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. You know, that's how I know men and women are wired different.
Yeah.
Because
I got $25 at the right track one
I
time.
never got over
I
it.
never got over it. If I see her now, I'll fire her shit up. Line that bitch up.
I never got over it.
She was a cute stud too, but I'm like, bitch, you just try to throw some money on the crib.
She didn't try.
Oh man, that's
I
funny.
try to kill you. That's how bad I feel. I want to kill that bitch. Motherfucker.
Oh shit.
That is
We gotta
bad
get a
news.
stripper, man. We gotta get a stripper. That's the next move.
Yeah. I don't think I should be back in town. I want to be in the studio for that one, man. I might try to grab somebody when I'm
We get a couple.
back in town in December. Yeah,
we get a couple.
that could be all right.
Yeah, y'all let me know, man. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, damn right it is.